What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, I wanted to talk about how many of us in the precious metal stacking community, we're focused on silver, we're focused on gold, but should we also be stacking copper, the beautiful red industrial metal? We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos, subscribe to my second channel for weekly videos, get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel. Use promo code FREEDOM for a 15% discount. Sale ends this weekend. Come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club for giveaways, live streams, deal alerts, and a whole lot more. You can actually watch Sunday's video right now if you want to, and this morning I just posted a brand new vlog. And of course, last but certainly not least, make sure to go and get your 6 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. Refer 1 friend to the app by the end of the month, and they're going to give you 10 free random stocks. Refer 3 friends by the end of the month, and they're going to give you all the way up to 15 free shares of Apple. Everything will be linked in the description. So today is Saturday, July 9th, 2022. But believe it or not, as I'm filming the video, it's actually Wednesday the 6th, filming a couple days in advance, and it's also like 4:30 in the morning, whatever it takes. But with that being the case, obviously I don't know what the spot price of silver or gold or even copper will be by the time this video comes out, so head on down to the comments and let me know the date and time you're viewing the video and what the current spot price is for you. I'm always curious. Alright, so in today's video, I wanted to talk about silver, I wanted to talk about gold, but I also wanted to talk about copper. Copper is a metal that we do not really talk about on this channel really ever at all. On very rare occasions will I post a video about copper, but like I said, I'm filming this on Wednesday, and I actually just finished up filming a video talking about how commodities are taking some massive punishment right now. And I talked a little bit about how oil's down, I talked a little bit about how copper was down, and when I finished up that video, I thought to myself, hey, you know what? I think we're overdue for a copper video. So that's what I wanted to talk about today for Saturday. And also, just a quick request. I posted a video yesterday, a silver spin wheel video, never been done before. And I thought the video was incredibly fun to make, and just letting you know, just in case you haven't seen it, please go and watch the video. Please go and give it a like. We need 250 likes on that video for there to be a part 2. Thank you in advance. Okay, now, on to copper. I wanted to talk about stacking copper alongside stacking silver and gold. Now, right off the bat, when I say stacking copper, I'm not talking about converting your dollar bills into copper. I'm not talking about going to any of these online precious metal dealing websites and purchasing copper rounds or copper bars or anything like that. Sure, I've done that a couple of times. I've done that 3 times, actually. But that was for fun. That's not how I go about stacking copper. That's not what I normally do to acquire copper. I stack copper for free. I don't pay for it. I don't convert my dollars into it. I don't trade fiat for it. I stack it for free. And here's how you can go about doing so as well. If you are a plumber or an electrician, or if you know somebody that's a plumber or an electrician, it's incredibly easy to get your hands on free scrap copper. Copper wiring, copper pipes and tubes and whatnot. You can very easily get your hands on free copper. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that you have to hoard all of this copper, this ridiculous amount of copper, and dedicate your entire garage to all of this scrap junk copper laying around. No, absolutely not. You can sell it as you go. And the reason I say that is because if you think silver can take up a lot of space, wait till you figure out how much space copper can take up. In the video that I posted on Wednesday, I talked about how commodities are getting smacked right now and the fact that copper is down a little over 5%. And with that being the case, it's caused copper to fall down as low as $7,597 A ton. Do the math. Break that down. Do you have any idea how cheap copper can be? Especially when you're going by the ounce. We're talking about literal pennies. And I'm not just talking about copper pennies. I'm talking about the price tag. Cheap. Cents. Pennies. It costs close to nothing. So you can stack up the copper. But in order to pile up a significant amount, or enough to be worth a substantial amount, it's going to take a lot of copper. Like I just said, if you want over $7,000 worth, you're going to need to have a ton of copper. A literal ton. And by the way, copper is not a precious metal. Copper is an industrial metal. An incredibly versatile, flexible, and productive industrial metal. But with that being the case, it's measured and weighed differently than precious metals are. Precious metals, over here in the silver and gold stacking world, we go by the troy ounce. Copper doesn't. Copper goes by the regular ounce. Troy ounces, that's only for precious metals. Copper, 1 ounce, 2 ounce, 5 ounce, 10 ounce. It's not troy ounces. In fact, you can see this piece of copper right over here. And I just now realized I have another piece of copper that I didn't even bring out. I think I have access to it. I'll grab it in a second. But I have a couple pieces of copper over here that I wanted to show off. And actually, before I even do that, let me point out these down here at the bottom. There's a reason that there's 11. See? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 with that one on top. There's a reason that I put 11 out on display. 11 copper pennies, which, by the way, pre-1982. If they are 1982, you probably have about a 50-50 chance on whether or not they're actually copper or not. You'd have to weigh them, you'd have to check them. But pre-82, 95% copper. But there's a reason that I have 11 sitting right there. And that's because it takes about 11 copper pennies to equate to 1 ounce of copper. Just about. Kind of like how we go about 90% silver. Takes about $3.50 to equate to a troy ounce. Takes about 6 silver quarters to equate to a troy ounce. Takes about 14 silver dimes to equate to a troy ounce. Well, it takes about 11 copper pennies to equate to 1 ounce of copper. So in addition to those sitting right there, I wanted to show off a couple of pieces of copper, pure copper, 3/9 fine copper rounds. This was my very first one. I picked this up at the very beginning when I first started stacking. I did it just for fun. I didn't do it because I wanted to get into copper stacking or anything like that. I just thought it might be kind of interesting to pick one of these up. And it was a random design, by the way. I didn't know what I was going to get, and I ended up with this giant penny looking copper round. It says 1909 on it, but no, it is not from 1909. And if we flip it over, we can see Golden State Mint up there at the top. 1 ounce, 3/9 fine copper. A beautiful, beautiful piece of metal. Always been a massive fan of the beautiful red metal. It's just something that you don't see every day. I mean, sure, you see pennies all the time, but how often do you watch a silver or gold stacking video? They're just not all that common. You don't see them all the time. Next one, I want to show off a piece of copper that was actually sent in as a gift to the channel. It's a 2 ounce, 3/9 fine copper bullet. Check that out right there. Pretty cool. Has a little bit of weight to it. For whatever reason, when it comes to copper, or even when it comes to silver and gold, actually, when it comes to gold, I wouldn't really know. I've never held a 2 ounce gold piece before. But when it comes to really any metal, when you get to the 2 ounce or the 2 troy ounce mark, you actually start to finally feel the weight. You start to actually hold on to something and say to yourself, wow, this is something of substance, this is something substantial, this is something of value. Not to say that copper is anywhere near the level that silver or even gold is on, but, you know, anytime over the years that people say, oh, if you're stacking copper, you're wasting your time. First and foremost, I'm not spending any time stacking copper. If I come across it for free, I pick it up. whether it be scrap copper or whether it be a pre-1982 copper penny. All you have to do is look at your change. Many of us do that anyway, looking for silver. If we accidentally stumble onto some copper, why not just toss it to the side in a separate Ziploc bag or something like that? Each copper penny, face value is worth 1 cent, but melt value, according to copper, it's worth 2 cents, maybe even above 2 cents at this point. Not to say that that's really anything at all, but hey, anytime people have given me problems about copper in the past, I say the same thing, and I'll say it today. Stands a better chance than the dollar bill. Never heard anybody argue any further with me on that. Next piece of copper I want to show off would be arguably, well, not even arguably, 100% the most detailed piece of copper that I own. And I have a larger silver version of the same thing, and it is arguably the most detailed piece of silver that I own, and it would be a copper Aztec calendar round. Check that out right there. Gorgeous piece of copper, gorgeous piece of anything, regardless of what metal it's made out of. It's just a beautiful design, and not a lot of people have seen copper Aztec calendar rounds before. It's an awesome looking piece of silver. And by the way, this is also a 2-ounce copper piece. Made a whole video about this. Really nice piece of copper. Beautiful red metal. I'm really excited about this. Even I don't see this every day. This is kept in a separate container. I barely ever see my own copper. But now that I'm looking at it, it's almost like I'm doing an unboxing because I haven't seen it in so long. Next piece of copper I want to show off is very similar to the silver eagle, very similar to the gold eagle, very similar to the platinum eagle, and very similar to the palladium eagle. And it would be the copper eagle. Unfortunately, this is not a government minted coin. There is no 1-ounce copper American eagle. This is just a Walking Liberty designed piece of copper, I should probably say. It's a 1-ounce copper round. I don't know if it says the mint on it. Not exactly sure. No, I'm not seeing anything. I don't remember where exactly I got this from. I think I ordered this off of eBay or something. I don't remember exactly, but on one side, unfortunately, it has that marking over it, but it's almost like the Walking Liberty $half, where it has the Walking Liberty on one side and it has the eagle on the other. A beautiful piece of copper. Anything with an eagle on it, anything with the Liberty on it, anything patriotic, I'm just naturally drawn to. Now, I completely forgot to get it ready for the video, so let me grab it right now. There's one more piece of copper that I want to show off. Okay, check this out. First one I want to show off is the silver Jersey Devil. You might be wondering why I'm showing off silver when I'm supposed to be talking about copper. Well, that's because this was sent into the channel as a gift from Lon. Thank you very much, Lon, for sending this my way. It's one of the Cryptozoology series pieces. And not only did Lon send in the silver Jersey Devil, but he also sent in a copper Jersey Devil to match. Check that out right there. That is absolutely incredible. Big fan, huge fan. These are just some awesome pieces right here. And I was never one to get into different coin collections, or even, I guess in this case, round collections. But for whatever reason, I've always been drawn to really anything like that. The Jersey Devil. I mean, I'm from New Jersey. You could argue that I'm the Jersey Devil, but I'm a big fan of the Cryptozoology pieces Just like I'm a big fan of the Creatures of the North or the Queen's Beasts, for whatever reason, any of these creatures or monsters or whatever, I just think they make for some incredible silver, gold, and I guess technically copper pieces. So those are just some of my thoughts regarding the beautiful red metal. Again, you can stack it for free. I would not recommend going out of your way to buy copper, because if you're going to do that, first and foremost, if you're going to go for the rounds and the bars or whatever you're going to go after, wild premiums. Again, by the ounce, it's really only worth a couple of cents. If you're going to buy it online, it's probably about $2. And just by looking at that right there, you're not really going to think much of it. You're like, what's $2? Who cares? Sure, it's not a problem if you're just doing it to have a little bit of fun, get something different, spice things up. But if you're going to stack copper that way, it is not worth it. If you're going to pay for copper rounds and bars, do it because you like the design and you think it would be a fun thing to do. Do not do it if you're going to stack it for long-term wealth preservation purposes. Or, I mean, you can if you want to. I just don't think that that's worth it in any way, shape, or form, because the premiums are, like, insanely high. You think the premiums are high on silver? Do the math and figure out exactly how high they are on copper. It's absurd. So if you're going to stack copper, or if you want to stack copper, I would recommend doing it for free. Stack some scrap copper if and when you find it, or if you can get someone that you know to help you find it for you. Or just go through your spare change. Look for pre-1982 pennies. If they're pre-1982, they are 95% copper. If they're from the year 1982, you're going to have to weigh them. You have probably a 50-50 chance on whether or not they're actually copper or not. But anything before 82, 95% copper. And I would say that I have probably a 20 to 25% success rate. If I were to collect 100 pennies and dump them out on the table, I'm willing to bet 20 to 25 of them would be pre-1982. They are not hard to come by. They are incredibly common, and they're worth probably about twice as much as face value claims that they're worth. So, in conclusion, you can stack copper for free, and I would recommend doing so. You don't have to stack it for the long term. You can stack it for the short term up until you have enough to get maybe a troy ounce of silver or two, and then just make the conversion. Sell it. Either trade it for the silver or trade it for cash and then take the cash and go on over to the coin shop. It's just something else you can do, and once again, stands a better chance than the dollar bill. Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Do you stack copper? Would you stack copper? Maybe you just haven't gotten around to it, or you haven't really thought about it before. Maybe you have thought about it before and you think it's a horrible idea and you're morally against it for whatever reason. Head on down to the comments and let me know. If you guys like today's video, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Go and get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel in the biggest possible way. We got t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, coffee mugs, and a bunch of different designs. A lot of the products are helping us raise some funds and awareness for different charity organizations, by the way. Remember to use promo code FREEDOM for a 15% discount on absolutely everything in the DYDSS store. Till Sunday night, DYDSS store will be linked in the description. Come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club, which is where I do giveaways every single month, live streams multiple times a week, deal alerts on silver and gold almost every single day. You can watch all of my videos early and commercial free, and every Saturday morning I post a brand new vlog. I just posted one this morning, and it's definitely one you're going to want to go and watch. And there are a ton of other perks as well. VIP Club link in the description. I guarantee you the value exceeds the cost. And of course, last but certainly not least, make sure to go and get your 6 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. If you deposit any amount, even as little as a penny, it still works, it still counts, you still get your 6 free stocks. If you refer one friend to the app by the end of the month, Webull's going to give you 10 free random stocks for the referral. It's part of the advertising budget rather than wasting currency on billboards and TV commercials. They reward their users for helping them build their app with them. And of course, if you refer 3 friends by the end of the month, they're going to give you a spin on the Weeble Wheel where you have the chance of winning all the way up to 15 free shares of Apple. Will you get all 15? Maybe. Maybe you'll get less. But you're guaranteed at least one, so you're still walking away a winner. So don't pass up on an opportunity. Weeble link in the description. Time is running out. If you don't want the stocks, go and get them anyway. They're free. Just like the copper, which you might not want. But you can stack it for free. Then just sell the copper or sell the stocks, and congratulations, now you have the currency to go and get you some silver or some gold, if that's what you want. Weeble link in the description. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know once again, what are your thoughts on stacking copper? Do you think that it's worth it? Do you think that it's not worth it? Is it something you've ever done in the past? Is it something that you would consider doing at some point in the future? Again, you don't have to pay for it. You don't have to convert your dollars into it. You don't have to buy it. You can stack it for free. Or, if you want to pick up some random copper rounds or bars, you could do so. You just understand you're going to be paying quite the premium, even though the price tag only says about $2. Let me know your thoughts on the beautiful red industrial metal. It doesn't even have to be from a stacking perspective. Sure, you can let me know how you feel about stacking copper, but let me know your thoughts on the actual metal, the industrial, productive metal, and just how useful it is in all of these different industries. Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you tomorrow. Don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.